let's get into mouth tape because that is what we're going to talk about today.
Let's go.
Well, let's start with the benefit. What is mouth tape? I've heard a lot about it. Yeah, it's tape that goes on your mouth while you're sleeping. I've heard a lot about it on podcasts. I've heard of people trying it because of a lot of benefits. But what I didn't know is that this all started because of a TikTok viral trend. And it's not actually, doesn't have any science backed behind it. But let me just start by saying the last 3 nights I've been sleeping with mouth tape because I want to see what it's like. And I've never, ever been a mouth breather while I sleep.
So Carly's opinion of it may be a bit skewed because Carly doesn't breathe through her mouth. So the people that struggle with it would probably.
But Joe sometimes does, and he's been also trying it. We've been researching.
Okay.
So the first night I woke up in the middle of the night, I heard Joe snoring through his nose, and I was like,
how is that possible?
That is very interesting. The second night, both nights, he felt like he slept really good. Like, it's crazy the way you feel when you only have the option to breathe through your nose. It's really hard to explain, but this is some various benefits that when you're not breathing through your mouth, when you're only breathing through your nose, have. So like, this isn't exactly like benefits to do with mouth taping. It's benefits from breathing through your nose while you're sleeping. Okay. So it lowers your blood. Can I speak today? It lowers your blood pressure.
Makes sense.
It filters allergens.
Yep. You have nose hairs to do that.
Regulates the temperature of your breath. Humidifies the air you breathe and moisturizes your throat so you don't wake up with like a dry throat. It decreases your anxiety. But on the flip side, mouth breathing has various side effects like that's...
all the positives are the
that was all.
The exact opposite of what you just said.
Yeah, exactly. Dry mouth, bad breath, sore throat. Like those are all the things. But also what I've heard, this is just based off a podcast. You both are looking at me like I have 54 heads.
No, I'm interested.
We're just interested.
Yeah. When you tape your mouth shut, it kind of realigns your jaw to like where it actually should be, and your tongue. Because when you're sleeping, even if you're sleeping, you like kind of lose sense of where your jaw is, even if it is shut. And I felt like the bottom part of my jaw was coming forward more when I was sleeping. But now the last 3 nights, I feel like it's been in line. You understand what I'm saying?
I guess.
Picking up what I'm putting down.
I will say Nick is, like I said, I'm pretty sure Nick has a deviated septum. So like he actually just can't breathe through his nose.
So he should not be trying mouth taping.
You're not supposed to do it probably if you can breathe through your nose, but he tried it.
He did?
Yeah.
When?
So I've been telling him for a long time to try it.
And he's like, you have a deviated septum, try mouth taping.
I mean, he broke his nose, so I assume that's why he mouth breathes, but he also just doesn't try to use his nose. Like he just, depends on his mouth to breathe, which is fine. So I told him a long time ago, you should try it. You should try it. Showed him it changes your jawline, like showed him how good it is for you. He's like, no. Then Cronin said, you should try mouth tape one time, and he ordered it that day. So you know what? It's fine.
That is Cronin with everything. And Cronin is a friend that resides with me, and we love Cronin. Don't get me wrong. However, now before bed every night, Joe and Cronin put their freaking toe spacers on because it realigns their feet, which we'll talk about eventually. And they go down and do deep stretching. Not
together.
Yeah, well, together. But they go downstairs
what a sight that
to the base. Oh, I have a whole Snapchat of them stretching before bed with their tea and Shilajit resin. Yes.
I can't with them. But yeah, so if Cronin says it, then it must be right?
Right.
Because Nick ordered them that day and they came and I said, I've been telling you to do that. He's like, I'm like, whatever. Okay, whatever. So he tried it. I think it lasted an hour. He ripped it off. He couldn't do it.
Really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've made it through it the last couple nights.
Look,
it's
Carly,
really
you don't mouth breathe. That's like so weird. I've always been a nose breather, and mouth tape doesn't affect me.
But while I was it's real. There's really no scientific studies on mouth breathing, at least mouth tape.
That's interesting.
That I've found, because all of it relates back to like why you shouldn't be mouth breathing and why you should try to be nose breathing while you're sleeping. And when I do look it up, it's like, it could be very dangerous. Like, I think people are more afraid to do research on it because of like the potential negatives that it could do. Like, if you do have sleep apnea, if you do snore, if you
could suffocate.
Yeah, if you have acid reflux really bad, or like,
Really?
yeah, it was like things like that you could potentially, like, things you would need your mouth for.
Well, also like, yeah, definitely. Yeah, it could be dangerous if, you say you, like, I don't know, choked and had to throw up. Like, don't do it if you're drunk.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's a no-brainer though, but this all originated on TikTok, so you never know the type of consumers you have and like what extent they're going to take it to. So I feel like that's why people are being like, don't do this if this, and this. But like, if you're smart about it, and if you're like laying down trying to fall asleep and you're like, I literally can't breathe, take it off.
What kind of tape is it? Is it like a Band-Aid?
It's like a little butterfly Band-Aid, like,
Okay.
you know those, and you put it vertically. You don't cover your entire mouth. You have the sides of your
so
mouth
literally just
open.
keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, it just
It doesn't
keeps your
actually
mouth-
cover your whole mouth.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it just keeps your like lips together. Yeah. And I'm saying, like, between the mouth tape and the air filter last night, I mean, I'm on top of the world.
Carly's glowing. She has a glow about her. Meanwhile, look at me. I look like the fox. No.
Oh,
the
that's like,
it's like
okay,
it's
but
like bend through it. Like, that's what I look like. And Carly is like, I slept with the birds. I'm Gwyneth Paltrow. Just kidding. I look like Gwyneth.
I will say though, I did look up the health, like clevelandclinic.org. There was an article on it, and it said, like, one of the questions is, does mouth taping actually help? The goal of mouth taping is to reduce the negative side effects and reroute your breathing through your nose. But studies done so far appear inconclusive, and the jury's still out on whether or not mouth taping is beneficial or not. One small study showed 30 patients snored less after mouth taping, but another study of 36 patients with asthma showed no signs of change in their condition after using mouth taping. And a 2022 study revealed that 10 patients continued to try mouth breathing even after their mouths have been taped, a phenomenon known as mouth puffing.
Oh, like right out the
They're
sides.
like,
This is probably what they sound like.
yeah,
That'd be really annoying to sleep next
Roger
to.
trying to do mouth taping. He commented on the thing. He voted no way. So
Mom would love if he tried that, I'm sure. You know what I don't understand? This is a conversation for another day. But how do those little snore strips even work?
they definitely don't. they don't
claim
for
to
Roger.
open your airway.
Yeah,
No freaking shot.
but then let me finish this.
Sorry,
At the end, it says, should you try mouth taping? Mouth taping isn't recommended because there's not enough scientific evidence to support the anecdotal benefits behind this viral
viral
twin. If you're concerned about improving your snoring, bad breath, sleep apnea, or any other breathing or sleep related conditions, you should talk to a healthcare provider, or you can listen to Eat the Damn Cake and just try mouth breathing strips.
Wow, it really said that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
Oh my God, they gave Eat the Damn Cake a shout
so
out.
nice.
So cool.
Before you even released the episode.
Yeah, they literally were like, or listen to Carly talk about her 3-night study
The
on
viral
how
twin.
the
The Bible twins.
the
Carly is going to be bringing Bible twins to you all week.